Do you like my crooked super professional setup? It's a gloves kind of day today. You know how sometimes, as I was saying, you need to let it all out? Well, I just did. And now because if you see the asphalt, that means that I'm close to my town. And I'm, like 1, maybe 2 kilometers away from home. Like I'm on my way back. And I decided, because I was fed up, you see. And I just had lunch and I left immediately. Like with my last bite, I just left on a hike. Because in the morning it was way too cold and it was overcast, and now it's not. It's sunny. It's -3. For us, it's quite unheard of. Fortunately, I have gear, from when I lived in colder climates. Not that I lived in Scandinavia, but when I studied, I lived in Bellaterra, which is a little bit north, it's a few kilometers north from Barcelona, but it's a valley and by the mountains, and it's really cold and it snows in the winter. And we were close to the Pyrenees, so we would go skiing and whatnot. So I have this kind of gear. I just had to search for it. So if I look like whatever, it's because that. Fortunately, I can sit down in here and chat to you because I have this kind of clothes that not everyone has in here, because we don't need it. It's like we're not quite like Floridians. This would be more like in the south of Spain, but we're more like Californian people. So for us, this weather is quite unheard of. I filmed. We cannot go to visit the snow because the mountains don't belong to this town. Well, they do belong to this town, but we have to cross another town's limit that it enters and exits, and the road isn't there, and we cannot exit the town, our town. We're confined. But it's a fun thing, it's just in Catalonia, like 6 kilometers away, in another region. They can travel, and we cannot, because our government is more strict, as it tends to be. We pay the higher taxes, they are more strict, and I don't know, at times I wish I wasn't Catalan, for all these rules and the way people are in here also. Anyway, so I was being extra, not being negative, let's just call it as it is. I was calling it as it is, but calling it as it is nowadays means being negative. Like, you can take the positives from a negative, but you cannot pretend to be Mary Poppins or I don't know, Walt Disney, and pretend that everything is just hunky-dory. It's not. And I stopped in here just to sit and soak up some sun, because I'm done from being indoors. I am fed up with that fact. And I stopped in here in this hill, because from here it's hard to distinguish, but that blue line is in there. That's I'm playing with it. That's the Mediterranean Sea. And if you take a straight line, it might be 14 kilometers away, give or take. But I cannot go there. We cannot go anywhere. And it's starting to be claustrophobic. I mean, the first wave of claustrophobia was back in April, March. We still, have some, it was new, whatever. But then in April, reality sunk in, and it started to feel really claustrophobic being in here. And then we got used to it. But then yesterday, for whatever reason, my brain did this click, and it decided that was it. And so I got fed up with being trapped in this town, and I tried for the longest time, because I've been living in, I returned back here a few years ago, and then I've been coming and going, as you probably know. But even though I was born in here, reality is that I left when I was 18, and then even when I was living in here, it's not like I stayed in here more than 2 to 3 weeks. Once a month or more, I would, this is because of the wind and the cold, I would leave town and I would go someplace else. I would go to the city, I would go visit some friends, I would go, I would go away. And that would be my coping mechanism with living in here. I am not one who hates nature. I appreciate it, I enjoy it, but all in its good dosage. And it is good to be here in the summertime. Couple months, it's great, it's fantastic, it's beautiful actually. But in the wintertime, it's dreary, and you have to like it. And I happen to not like it. And I miss my city life so bad. And on top of that, last week, I have acquaintances here. It's not like, but it's not friends. It's people that you occasionally meet and you're nice to one another, and that's it. So my last friend that lived in here as well, she left last week for good. And she told me, so when are you leaving? Like, she was pretty blunt and she was straightforward, and I was like, I don't know, girl, I don't know, where am I supposed to go? Oh, you don't fit in here, and you know that, you know? And I was like, and she's been living in here all her life, and I have not. And she was like, I know you don't belong here. Like, I am fed up and I am leaving, and I don't understand how you can fathom this. I was like, no, girl, it's okay. It's alright. Well, it's 1 week later. She was dang right. Like, I still had yes, it's not my ideal place, even though I enjoy nature. It doesn't have the amenities, but I still got to meet with her and whatever. And now it's me on my own. And I feel like at times, not like I'm gonna lose it, but I need to interact with people. I need to communicate. I need to speak. I am a very extroverted person, and being indoors all day by myself in silence is something that it's taking a toll on me. And on top of that, the fact that there are no dogs left at the shelter, it's taken a toll on me also. Big toll, because it was like my outlet, you know, something you do in your spare time that really brings you joy. Why? I don't know why. Some people enjoy playing poker, for instance, or whatever. I enjoyed going to the shelter very much indeed. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done that, because you did that voluntarily. And I miss it. And on top of that, I do not enjoy going on hikes on my own any longer, because when I went with the dogs, I felt safer. I felt safe. Not safer, but safe. Completely safe. But now it started to happen once again. What used to happen before I joined volunteering the shelter, I don't know how many years ago, some men are cavemen still, and there's quite a handful of creeps in these surroundings. And so when you go on your own and you're a woman, first, you don't feel secure. So I don't feel safe, you know, wearing my headphones on and whatnot. And I have to be vigilant. But then on top of that, I am hyper vigilant, because when you see a car or someone approaching, it's like you prepare yourself to escape, because if you have a dog with you, 99% of the creeps, I'm not saying people, there's normal people, there's the majority of normal people, but 99% of the creeps are gonna get discouraged when seeing a dog, and so they will just say nothing and keep moving, keep on moving, and you keep on moving, and everything's good. But now we're back to square one. No dogs. All the creeps think they because you're a woman and because whatever, think that they have the right to say obnoxious things to you when you're in the middle of nowhere, which is pretty scary. And I don't like it. And I would join the gym, even though I don't like going to the gym. As you probably have hinted, if you've been here before, I enjoy outdoors way much more to exercise, right? So I enjoy my fresh air and whatnot. But gyms are closed because of COVID. So there's not even the option. So if I want to exercise myself and exit the house and not just put on the yoga mat and do some yoga or Pilates or whatever, and if I want to exercise and move my legs and whatnot, why am I holding the stone? I don't know. It's what you can do. You can go running, which I won't do because of my leg. Same applies with the bicycle, and you have going on a hike, which is lower impact. But yeah, and it's not easy. Let's just put it this way. To say it nicely, it's not easy. And so what I'm gonna do, because the sun, it's like, I don't know, 2:30 p.m. maybe, I don't know, I exited right after lunch at 1. I don't know, I can always, maybe it's 3. I haven't watched the time, to be honest with you, but I'll sit in here a little bit more, just to soak up some vitamin D, enjoy the silence and the outdoors, and pray, I don't know, I don't pray, but hope or whatever, that all this madness stops soon and we can go back to our normalcy. Like I wish I were in New Zealand, for instance, so I could be already doing my normal stuff. But yeah, and if it all stays the same by March, I'll make drastic changes in my life, within the possibilities that I can do in here. I haven't moved to the other house, my house, because I'm not sure I want to invest money in getting it ready for me to go and live in there, because I don't think I'll end up living in here, because you see how much I love it. I'm being ironic and you know it. So now on my way home, I'll pick up some carrots and I'll feed the carrots to the horse and the donkey that they're there. That's it. Hope it's better wherever you are. Look, let's throw the stone. And see you soon. Bye.